back at another one. Hurt So Good Fitness. This is Denzel.
Denzel and Dex, man, right back with y'all today for another one, man. I know it seemed like it done been a little bit since we've actually, I guess it was really just only that very first one when we actually did the sit down talk with you, but we do plan on implementing a lot more of these with you.
Yeah, and I guess the main topic of today is what we wanted to talk to you guys about was goals. Goals. One, what are our goals? And then let you kind of know what our goals are right now, even in the fitness realm and the fitness, I say in our own personal fitness journeys, and maybe give you some ideas about your own personal fitness goals and give you some tips and tools on how you can reach yours. I don't know if you want to start with yours or...
Well, shoot, I think, man, I guess, yeah, if anything, man, even touch base with, like, you know, touching base with the, I guess we could touching base with even the very importance of why it is, you know, to set goals and have goals set, you know, before you. I know, to speak personally myself, a whole nother switch is flipped inside the brain, man, just kind of with the body. Having no choice but to follow along, man, whenever I got like a goal or something set, man, put actually in front of me, you know. So whether you're old school with it, where you putting pen to paper, or you new school where it's thumb to pad or phone or whatever the case may be, I think it's really important to do that, because then at that point in time, myself, again, personally, that's when everything really clicks, when it's like, okay, this is the mission. I got something in front of me that I'm going after, that I'm going towards. Like I've made it, I've cemented it now. Now it's concrete. So, you know, I've put myself in this position where I have to hold to these standards and set this standard, you know, and bar for myself, you know. So just like say, you know, with speaking to the importance of it first before I actually go into telling you my exact goals. And, you know, day by day, I think we have long-term goals, and of course you have your more short-term goals. Obviously, my daily lifestyle, I always, man, promote healthiness. I always promote endurance, resilience. That's just, you know, a whole part of the whole Hurt So Good moniker and the name. You know, matter of fact, one of our biggest mantras is, you know, a man can never know the true measure of his strength without constantly testing it. And so constantly, man, aside from, you know, the Lord testing me and putting me to the test, you know, I gotta make sure I sit down and do an examination, man, from time to time, and make sure, like, okay, it's a gut check time, so to speak. So personally, man, here, as far as my short-term goal coming up, man, I did say I was gonna challenge myself, and it can seem small or big, just depending on however you look at it. But I'm looking at the results from it. My kind of short-term goal going forward, man, I did say I was gonna challenge myself to start kind of really rocking it out in the gym. And one of the things I was gonna start doing to amping it up, you know, just because I always feel like I got more in me, is I was gonna start doing without my headphones, you know, to really, you know, really lock in and really get that, you know, like legit just back to the music of just you and
the weights.
Yeah, just you and the weights. You know, whether it's the clanging and the banging, whether it's, you know, that inner voice being that much louder, you know, whether it's you know, hearing that that heart rate, you know, start to pick up, and that breathing, you know, get a little bit heavier, and then you're that much more intentional about controlling your breath and like just the timing of everything, and really honing in on that mind muscle connection. So that's the one that stands out, you know, at the forefront right now as far as my short-term goal, as far as in that realm of building myself up, you know, not only physically, but like as we always speak, you know, it starts here first, you know, to me, and here. So that's the challenge I was issuing myself with, is, you know, to where, you know what, some of these other things that we've gotten accustomed to, I don't necessarily always need. I don't need them all the time. Yeah, they're beneficial, you know, and you love having some of these extra little things. But I'm like, man, if I didn't have, you know, aminos, if I didn't have pre-workout, if I didn't have headphones, if I didn't have, man, you know what? I have to be able to not just speak it from my mouth, man, but I got to put it to the test from time to time, where it's like, all right, man, it's time to really dig down deep, man, and go after this, man. Like I don't need this music right now, man. I am, I got the music already built within, So I know I just spewed off a whole lot, but that's what was fresh on mine as far as my short-term goal.
My goals right now are more physical, especially what I'm trying to obtain or achieve. I know a lot of people, like the whole world is mostly about cutting weight and all that stuff right now. My goal is actually to put on size. I'm kind of in a bulking phase even during this heat, which makes it very difficult when we're in a nice hot gym and we're sweating a lot. But so I'm in a calorie surplus right now. I'm in a calorie surplus, trying to put on more size and also to get stronger in my main 3 lifts, which is the bench, squat, and the deadlift. Only reason I'm doing that, I've had a few setbacks and a few injuries that's kind of brought some of my strength down a little bit, but because of the diet that I've been on right now, it's actually been helping me out a lot. I do follow kind of a baseline of the vertical diet. Check out Stan Efferding. I like to give shout outs to people. And then also when it comes to strength goals and overall, I guess, like your general performance levels and stuff, I do kind of mimic some of Matt Winning's methods when it comes to just preparing and getting stronger, and then the consistency through it all. I have to write my stuff down. I know he's talking about I'm old school pen and paper, so when I know what I'm after, I have something that I can see and what I'm going to be able to obtain. So that's kind of my main things, and kind of to touch on what Dex was saying. It has to be intentional. You have to have the intent to do this stuff. If you don't set goals, you're just going to fade. But then it's good to set goals that are reoccurring goals. Sometimes people do like the 30-day fit and whatever, and then you're done with that challenge, and then that's it. And that's not producing a lifestyle. That's a one-time event, and then you're done. So make sure when you are setting these goals, it's something that can continue to progress you forward and more and more. I'm not always going to be on the strength curve all the time to where my whole focus is strength. Even right now, like, it's strength based, but there's still weak areas and weak points that I have in my body. Another goal of mine is to get my arms and my back bigger. So we got some video coming up. I'm going to be with a trainer, and just to kind of see their ideas and hopefully give you guys some tips if that's some of your goals as well. So make sure you have, when you set those goals, it's a consistent thing, that you're not just setting a one-time goal. All right. After I'm done with my calorie surplus deal, who knows what else I'm going to do, but it's still going to be baseline. I'm always going to try to get stronger. It's just in me. I ain't never been that one to be like, I'm going to cut down 30 pounds and be unhealthy. That's ridiculous. But our long-term goals always is, one, to be healthy at the end of the day. So that's why I do follow Streamline, like the vertical diet, because it's a lot to do with gut health as well. So that's kind of my goals. What else you got?
Man, honestly, so you made mention of that as far as hooking up with that trainer, and I know that was a part of mine as well, for the most part of my in the gym, I guess, journey, as far as I've stepped on stage a couple times, and honestly, I did everything by myself. But I did say, issuing that challenge to myself too, that I was going to be reaching out, just, for the sake of, being in that state of learning and growing. The mission is always to grow and to improve some type of way or another. When honestly, man, it's just cool sometimes just to get a different feel. Like I've never, been like all that interested in some of the other ways some guys train or whatever, but at the same time, I like a challenge. At the same time, I nobody wants to feel like they're just at a plateau state for too long, and I want to be put to the test, just like how and I think I said it a little bit faster earlier, but man, a man can never truly know the true measure of his strength without constantly testing it. And man, like I've never wanted to get to a place and a point to where in life, fast forward into the future to where I got to look back and think on what I could have possibly done, what I could have possibly accomplished. Man, you know what? I'm honestly, I'm not, for lack of words in the natural, in the English language right now at the time, I'm not worried about necessarily failing at anything, but I've never wanted to not reach something for the lack of effort, not just for the sake of not trying or not putting it forth. Man, if I go for it and I give it my best, and I just give it my whole gusto and fall short or whatever the case may be, however it is you want to call it or define it, I'm cool with that. But I can't be cool with not putting forth that initiative and that effort, to really try to put it to the test, to truly put my body, man, in a position that where I'm like, you know what, I want to see how much more you got, I want to see just how far we can go, with this. And I'm a natural guy, so I speak long term. Certain things, man, I just know I'm not gonna dabble with, mess with, or whatever. Certain things I know, like I said again, I don't see myself as trying to make a career out of jumping on stage or anything like that. But again, it's another tool and an instrument for me to be able to challenge myself with, to put myself in a place to where I need to be, checking myself on the regular, and just something else, man, to help me discipline myself, because man, fact of the matter is, man, whether you like hearing it or not, man, we all need discipline, and I'm a faith-based biblical man, let a man examine himself, for if we would judge ourselves, we would not be judged. And I'm all about, man, just that constant review and that constant examination, man. The same as what they do on the job, man. You gotta have that checkup, from time to time, just to make sure everything is everything how it's supposed to be. And you know what? When I lay it all down and I'm not able to do the things that that I want to do, just as time progresses on, that is what it is. But for as long as what I know I got it in me right now, man, I'm trying to dig all the way down deep and pull everything out, man, and lay it all out. So, man, again, I feel like, man, I'm just kind of going on and on saying a whole lot, but that's just where it's taking me, man, when we talk about goals.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, there's some basic fundamentals to reaching goals, and of course, if you comment and let us know what your goals are, we're gonna definitely try to assist you with the knowledge that we have. Both of us, we've been in the gym for ages, but we're never too humble to understand that there's some more learning we can always do. There's people who probably been doing it longer than us. Well, definitely been doing it longer than us, and know. So it doesn't take anything away from you to ask for help and tips on how to get to your goals. Right? You should have. I don't care what stage you are in your fitness journey. You should still have some type of fitness goal that you need to reach and attain. And if you maybe been trying it for months or even years or whatever, and it's not working, then you might need to seek help from somebody else. Like I said, I have a lot of knowledge through fitness, so does Dex, but I'm getting a trainer, and I've had other trainers when I did powerlifting. I got a coach. I made sure, because there's certain people who knows a little bit different tricks of the trade, and it's just like with boxing or any other sport. You always have a coach, because they can see something that you weren't able to see. So when people are like, oh, they're on the outside looking in, well, yeah, that's where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to see those things that you missed, or the things you didn't dial in on, or maybe some technique that you need to work on. And so that's the thing that I know I'm after, because I'm like, there's certain things that I've been training, but maybe I need to be hitting a different variation and a different frequency or something. So then I can have that person outside looking in, and just to achieve our goals. Hopefully we can help you guys and even us inspire you while we're on our goals and we reach and hit our goals. So then you can get out there and set some goals for yourself and then try to obtain them. You know what I mean? That's what we're all about. And the first thing it always starts with, the whole thing behind Hurt So Good, is it starts up here in the mind. You have to set it, you have to be intentional. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be so good though.
Yeah, man. So, matter of fact, since we already on here, man, since we right here together, man, I challenge you, you know, as I challenge myself first, but I challenge you next, you know. Again, put pen to paper, put your thumb to the phone, lay it out, because once you got it on there, now you're accountable, you know, and who knows, you might mess around, surprise yourself, and find out you got a whole lot more in you.